All right, welcome everybody to our regular meeting for the City Council of the City of Perry. Community, as you can tell, we've decided to clean house, and we have a new city manager, CFO, city attorney. We've got interim everybody.
That is not in the minutes.
That is not in the minutes. We won't put that in there. But let's go ahead and call our meeting to order and have roll call.
And Coffee.
Here.
Bledsoe.
Here.
Marshall. Davis. Here. Coldiron.
Here.
Rupp.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
O'Shea.
Here.
Wortham.
Here. All right, we have quorum. And so I will go ahead and offer the invocation for tonight. Our Father in heaven, we are grateful for this opportunity to come and to serve our community, that we can participate in this meeting tonight and work together to progress our community, to work as a community. And Father, we're grateful for your Son, Jesus Christ, for the example that he is to us, and that we can emulate that example and strive to be better each and every day. Father, we're grateful for those that serve in our community and ask that you bless them in their endeavors and their stewardships in which they serve. And these things we pray for in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
All right. So we're going to kind of jump around a little bit on our agenda, but we are going to start with item number 1, our consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second. All right. Let's have a roll call.
And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Coldiron.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes. All right. So now we're actually going to jump down to item number 16, which is our strategic plan update. And so we don't have interim employees with us tonight, but we have quite a few members of our community that serve in the chamber and with the museum, with Main Street and Malzahn family, and as well as with the school. So part of our strategic plan was to work together as these organizations and kind of collaborate together. So the reason why I kind of mixed things up and invited our administration to kind of step aside for a minute and invite our community leaders to step in at the table was that so that we can collaborate together. And we've invited each of you to kind of share what's been going on with your organization, what things you guys got coming up, you know, what things you're working on, what things you're finding that you're struggling with. And this is really an opportunity for all of us to get on the same page and to find ways that we can work together to help each other out with what we're doing. And so with that, we'll start off with Maddie, right over here, and we'll just kind of go around the horn.
Okay, great. Do you all need a pass out, or do you have it in your email, the report? I'm happy to pass this around as well while I talk.
I believe we have it, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I don't know if anybody else is finding this. Well, first I should start. I'm Maddie. I'm the director of the Cherokee Strip Museum here in Perry. And I don't know if anybody else is experiencing this, but in the past few months, we've really picked up out at the museum. I've been here a little over 2 years, and visitors from all over, it's just been very active. I don't know if it's Route 66 or America's 250th birthday, or just a combination of everything we have going on here and around us, but it has been extremely busy, which has been amazing. This first quarter, we've had a little over 1,000 people in our facilities, which is really great to think about, and that's just in 3 months, January through March. So that's been really great. Rose Hill School has been 794 of those, so it's been a great time in the schoolhouse as well. We have hosted a few events. We had a Rough Riders event in the First Bank building, and we had 75 people attend that. That was great. We had a blacksmith demonstration in April. We had 35 people attend that as well. So those were some great things we had go on in the first quarter. Upcoming this Friday, our comeback exhibit will be temporary. It'll be for a month, but that's to honor and showcase the collection we're taking in from Mary Lee Macias. So we're taking in over 100 items, and that'll take up a good chunk of our summer. So it's a big collection, and we're very honored to be able to do that. And thank you, Bochet family, for helping with that as well. With that though, we've had the opportunity to work with Main Street, the Thompson family, the Parker family, the Chamber, and the Bochet family, all on the comeback projects. It's been fun. I don't get to do that super often, but we all kind of got together and made comeback story come to life over the past few months, and it's been really, really fun to do. And I hope to do more of that in the future. So I think we work better together. And then our Smithsonian exhibit will be, our World War I Smithsonian exhibit will be on exhibit until August, and that's just honoring a significant American event, how it affected our area. That's also kind of tipping our hats to the 250th birthday of America. Our intern is about to start. Her name is also Maddie, so we're gonna have to get creative with that, and so we don't get confused. But she's from John Brown University in Missouri, and she will be interning for us all summer, so we're very excited. She's gonna help with the comeback collection as well. And then also, I know it seems like a lot of people in Perry are working on this. We're in the beginning stages of our strategic plan as well. A lot of that has to do with collaborating with you all. So we're excited about the next 3 to 5 years, and I'll know more soon, but we're just in those very early stages, and we'll have that done by this early fall. Other than that, there's just so much on the horizon, and I'm sure some of it will get discussed tonight, and we're just very excited for the future. So that is all I had for my report.
Awesome. Anybody have questions for Maddie?
So Maddie, the World War I exhibit is set up right now?
Yes, March 3rd is when it started, and then it's also in our temporary exhibit room, and will end August, so.
I love to hear, I love strategic plans, so I love to hear that you're doing that, and you're just doing such an amazing job with that
you.
board. It's clear the work that's happening, so thank you.
Thank you. It's been really fun.
Yeah, it's exciting to see the pickup you guys have had.
Absolutely, and it's evident around Perry as well. But we're definitely seeing people sign in, and you can see where they're from, and that's always interesting to see, and all over the world. So it's really interesting.
Thank you, Maddie.
Little town.
Exactly.
All right, Katie.
Yes.
Take it away.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the opportunity to share the Chamber's Q1 report. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. This quarter, our focus has been on 3 main areas: tourism, economic development, and community engagement. On the tourism side, we completed and began distributing the 2026 Chamber Guide. This is one of our primary tools that we use to promote Perry to visitors and potential residents, so it's always exciting when that comes out at the first of the year. We'll continue expanding its reach in the coming months, distributing it to travel stops across Oklahoma and continuing to replenish stock in town. We have a lot of people that are already coming back to us for more guides, which is exciting. I think that kind of echoes what Maddie's saying, that there is increased tourism in our town, and that's exciting to see. So those Chamber Guides are a great way for people who are either familiar with our town or not familiar with our town to be able to learn a little bit more about what Perry has to offer. So that's exciting. We've been actively planning events like Springfest, which hopefully a lot of you were able to attend. Those events are always designed to bring people into our community and encourage them to stay longer and to spend locally. From an economic development standpoint, we saw really strong momentum in Q1. We welcomed several new members to the Chamber across a variety of industries, which is always exciting to see, including Perry Property Management, Lambert Construction, Prairie Blossom Crafts, and D&H Trading Post, just to name a few. In addition, several existing members actually chose to increase their investment levels this year, which from a CEO standpoint is a strong indicator of confidence in what the Chamber is doing, so I was excited to see that. It also, I think, echoes confidence in our local economy, that people are willing to invest in Chamber organizations and want to be a part of those. So, our events this quarter also played an important role in community engagement. The annual Chamber Banquet brought together over 200 attendees, and over 40 businesses were represented. I was super excited to see that. That just reinforced its value as a key networking and recognition event to me. So it was wonderful to be there and saw several of you there. We also hosted the Rooted and Rising Women's event, which is a new event for us this year that typically has kind of come in the form of a women's luncheon. And we wanted to change that to an evening event to see if we could maybe reach a different group of women than we typically do. And we had 19 women attend that event at the First Bank and Trust Event Center. And really, the whole goal was to provide connection opportunities for women in our community that evening. And Meridian helped us co-host that event, and we learned how to make charcuterie boards, and it was a great time. We had a really great time. Looking ahead into the next quarter, our priorities include continuing to grow SpringFest as a regional attraction, which definitely happened this year. Participation in the car show was at 46%, so that was exciting to see this year. We are working on expanding our tourism efforts and have some different ideas in the pipeline for that. And we're maintaining a strong focus on both business recruitment and retention here in Perry. We're also continuing partnerships that support long-term economic development and organizational strength. So overall, Q1 showed strong progress and positive momentum, and we're really excited to build on that through the next year. So thank you so much for your continued support of the Chamber. We really appreciate it, and we're excited to see where our businesses in Perry grow this year.
Nice. Anybody have any questions for Katie?
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Katie. All right, Mr. City Manager.
Yes, thank you. Well, I'm Kurt Andrews. I'm the current year president of Main Street Perry. And Laura, our director, could not be here tonight with a prior commitment, but so you're stuck with me. And there's two things that I want to make sure I get out. I've got a list of the report I want to highlight, but two things I want to make sure that I say. One is an appreciation to the City of Perry for their continued support of Main Street Perry. And number two, I want to say something about our director and our board and our volunteers. All the things I've worked on in my career, if you get the right people involved, things just seem to go. And you can have great ideas and a great plan and a great mission statement and the wrong people in there, and you just struggle. You just fight it, and then it seems like it ends in being disbanded and maybe even finger pointing. And we have a great director, and I'll tell you, in my mind, while I believe she's the right person to do this, and if she were here, she would not tell you this, but she leverages the board and the volunteers to be as great as we can be as a group together. And by doing that, we really have got that. And I just want to tell you that our board and our volunteers we don't hold a lot of people out, but they're all thought about pretty deeply of who we've got on there. And we have representation from all facets of business and the city on our board, and I think that makes us really be in a place today where we're working well together. I was talking with Melanie this morning, with her and Laura, and they were telling me about some things of people, two instances just today of people looking for places to put businesses in downtown Perry, buildings. And if you're doing the right things and making yourself attractive, that's the way it should happen. People want to come to you, not just always us trying to coerce or drag people in. And I feel like that's happening. I feel like that's the success that's been brought, not by me or by me alone by any means, but all of us together on that board. Recently, I'll go through a couple of things. We were pretty instrumental in the Comeback's 100th celebration. That was a wonderful event Friday. I know several of you were there. It was just a great moment in Perry's history. To hear that from the Parker family to the Macias family to now the Bouchers taking that over and running that torch. And you know, Main Street had some help in that, in trying to make that a great event and that come together. And we'll continue to try to support that business all that we can. The other thing that has been going on is we've had several preservation and beautification project grants. Brother Bell's Barbecue, which I learned at Rotary, he's opening on Saturday, so that's wonderful. D Street Bakery, which I think plans to open next month in June.
Yeah, June.
Is right? Yeah. We help with the facade at Edward Jones at 600 Cedar and Quad Properties, their facade and windows at 722 Delaware. Couple of things that are our business incentive grant, which is not that old, which is a little bit larger grants that have worked. We're the Comeback Lunch owners, Scott and Shay Boucher, Boyer's Bakery, Noble County Meats, Brother Bell's Barbecue, and D Street Bakery. And so I think those are all great things either to have invested in for continuation or new things that are coming to our downtown area for, commerce and excitement. And it's just nice to be on the upside of things in the city of Perry like that, because I think we all can remember times when, it felt more like we were losing businesses transitioning out than wanting to come in. So with that, I'm happy to take any questions about Main Street Perry.
Randy, I'm sure you got a few, right?
Not that I can actually.
Thank you very much.
I teased him that I was gonna ask him like a really pointed question that he might not have the answer to.
Yeah.
Vacancy rating this year or something like that, but no, I'm just kidding. Did a great job. So, last year I was put under contract with the city of Perry to do some grant identification, grant writing for you guys. And this last year, since September, I got to expand that role into some economic development initiatives and just really kind of help spear some, major projects that the city's working on and how they tie back into the strategic plan. So the report I gave you guys is expansive, but I'm going to hit on some of the highlights that we've been able to accomplish this year. So since September, over 18 grant applications have been submitted with over $230,000 that have been secured. So $200,000 of that has been secured for the downtown project. So the collaborative project between the city of Perry, Noble County, and Main Street, where we're redoing the downtown area. So $200,000 that's going towards that. And then over $22,000 in some instruments for the police department that we were able to secure this year has been really great. And still trying to find additional things that are out there. I have another $8.5 million worth of awards that are outstanding, waiting awards. $8 million of that is for a new fire department, and so I'm eagerly awaiting hearing whether the appropriations committee has approved that or not. And that will be a county facility, but it'll house our city fire department, and then it'll also be a training facility for our fire department. So we asked for $8 million from the appropriations committee for that. Had great support from Frank Lucas's office and our other constituents in Oklahoma City, and so we are hopeful that we will get some funding for that, and it'll just be a huge win for our community. And another $500,000 in the opioid abatement grant that was submitted, and so that's a partnership between the city of Perry and Grand Lake Mental Health, where they're going to provide some additional resources that the City of Perry Police Department and the Sheriff's Department can work with, that can go and make connection with some of these folks that need additional help. It's not necessarily a first responder call. They don't need medical attention. They're not necessarily breaking the law, but they just need some additional assistance. So we'll be hearing on that hopefully soon as well. So other key projects that we're working on, we just actually had a meeting today talking about CCC Lake. I know that Parks and Rec is a big thing with you guys. I work hand in hand with Patty on different things that are going on in the parks. CCC Lake specifically, we have some grants that we've identified and have been awarded for that to do some improvements to the boathouse. And then just looking at it from a whole and creating a phased approach where we can provide some enhancements to that great asset that we have in our community. It was great adding the walking trails, but there's some additional things that we want to add so that all of the community can use it. So that will be happening this year. I mentioned the fire department facility, so we are shovel ready. We have that design ready to go. And as soon as we hear back from the appropriations committee on the funding that we have on that side of it, that'll determine, what other funding, if we need any other funding, we'll have to go after. And so we have a lot of great conversations with city staff, county commissioners, all of our county residents on other avenues we can look at if we don't get the full $8 million. So we're hopeful that will come to fruition soon. Other parks planning. So like I said, I work with Patty on the parks, and we did basically an inventory of all the parks out there and got to use our Placer AI data that Main Street has and be able to look at the visitor data, how people are using it, what times they're using it, and that's really going to arm Patty with the tools that she needs to be able to determine where should we provide those resources, and what should we enhance, and where are people going, and what do we need to spend our money on. So that's been a really great project to work with her on. Downtown Courthouse project, so that's been a phased approach, $3.2 million project that we're looking at starting. The first $500,000 will be spent this year. on relocating the parking lot, which is not fun. Nobody thinks that that's a sexy project or not. So, but we have to do that to be able to add in some of the nice features like the, landscaping and the pavilion that we want to add for events and things of that nature. We are doing everything we can as far as working with the county to make sure that we can put that bid out and get the construction done before 16th celebration. And that's another key part of it, is trying to work with all of our groups that are utilizing this area to make sure that we're not impeding on things that they need. So it'll be great once we get started. It's going to be slow going, but it's been fun to be a part of that. Additional projects that we're working on is I-35 development. So, working with Nate and Rick Johnson on the I-35 development around Loves, and we're working on, taking that master plan, talking to different developers, talking to different restaurants and things of that nature of who wants to come in. Nate and I actually are attending ICSC this year, and so we actually get to be boots on the ground and try to sell Perry and show them the opportunities that we have, not just around the Loves exit, but also the City of Perry exit. That's in our tool belt as far as additional land that we're going to be able to showcase. And then the Heartland Forward data. I'm not sure what you guys know about the Heartland Forward initiative that we have the opportunity to be a part of. So Heartland Forward is something that came to fruition where they have chosen communities in the heartland of America, and they want to arm them with a dashboard of data that we can use to sell our community and use it for development. It should be a tool that we can look at and see, the opportunities where we can add pieces to that or highlight what we're doing really well. And so we've been able to utilize that data with a lot of our partners here in this room and showcase how it benefits them. But also we're going to be able to use that data at ICSC as well and showcase the potential for residential, retail, and things of that nature. So that's really exciting. In addition to all of the development that we're working on, just being able to work with our partners. I think that, like you guys are doing right here, if we're not talking to each other, it's not working. Everyone has their strategic plan, and I think we all think we know what everyone's doing, but until we can really share that story and continue to share that story, it's hard for us to all work together. So that's been a really great thing just in this community this past year to be a part of as well. So we're continuing to find additional money out there, working on lots of recruitment and trying to grow Perry as much as we can, and I just appreciate this opportunity from you guys allowing me to do this. So if you guys have any questions?
A lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have a question, but Kurt talked about the downtown, and that is definitely something that this council is excited about.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing that we talk about almost every meeting is what can we do with CCC Lake?
Yeah.
That's another jewel that is out there that needs some serious polishing.
Yeah.
But man, that could really be something, an additional draw to Perry for people to come and make a day trip.
Yeah, but looking at parks as a whole too, as we talk about downtown development, we don't want anything we're doing at the I-35 development to deter the development downtown. So it's a balancing act of making sure that we're not putting all of our money in one park, not putting all of our money in one area. And so really trying to enhance everything all together so there's not kind of a area of Perry that we're all going, oh, we don't really like that. We want to make everything really nice.
I agree. I have to commend everybody that's been a part of that, with the museum, with Chamber, with Main Street, things that Melanie's doing, Chad, things you're doing, our Parks Department. Like, we're really seeing improvements all across Perry, like you said, like not just one isolated area. And I like to see us collaborating on that, because now, as we're moving into all these big projects that we're all taking on, there's a lot happening with Perry.
Yeah, and it takes all of us. Absolutely. And like he said, there's not one board, one person, one nothing. Like, it takes everybody in this room.
Yeah. No, thank you. Anybody else have any comments or questions for Melanie?
Thank you.
All right, Chad.
Okay. Well, good evening. My name is Chad Wilson, Superintendent of Schools. As you can imagine, this is a busy time of year. Got things going on, it seems like every day and every night. This year's senior class, 76 students will be graduating. 34 of those students will be going to college somewhere, in-state or out of state. 14 of those 76 will be going to a trade school. 26 students will be joining the workforce. However, 18 of those 26 are going to pursue a career that they earned a certificate in Meridian Technology, and they'll be going after one of those jobs. 2 are joining the military. So proud of them. Graduation is set for next Friday at 7 p.m. Tomorrow is a big night at our elementary campus. 5th grade will be presenting the Penny Arcade. 6th grade will display the bud collection projects that they've been working on that they'll be very proud of. 4th grade classes will have artwork and writing samples on display. And this event will be at the lower elementary beginning at 5:30 until 7. Our 3rd annual STEM camp is coming up. We started this 2 years ago and it's had great success. Will be June 2nd through June 4th. Classes are taught by interns from Oklahoma State Engineering School. Both of our camp sessions, we have two sessions. We'll have 70 kids each in each session. So 140 students. It's free to Perry students. We do get kids from outside our school coming to that. So we're excited about that. We have a waiting list too. So that's been neat. 2 years ago, we started an aviation class at the high school. And this past weekend, they competed at Speed Fest at Oklahoma State. And there were 45 school districts there. Our sophomores, because we only go through sophomores classes, they have to go through a freshman level, sophomore level on up. They tied for 3rd, which I thought was terrific after only 2 years, because programs have been in place longer than our program has. And so they're competing with the rest of the people in the state. Our freshmen placed 16th as well, so very proud of them. High school awards assembly was last week. Our seniors that are graduating received $129,000 in scholarship money. So very proud of that and what they're going to do with that. This week is Teacher Appreciation Week. So if you see a teacher, if you know a teacher, please tell them thank you for what they do. I know that the PPT has partnered with the coffee shop to get a free coffee, which is sorely needed for most days this time of year. So thank you for that. And also just to brag on some extra curriculars here, we had 2 golfers qualify for the state tournament that will be May 11th and May 12th. It's near Grand Lake. It's not Shangri-La, unfortunately. It's a golf course beside that. And then we also had 4 student athletes that qualified for the state track meet coming up this weekend. So we're very proud of them. And I should say as well, that I appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight and work with you guys. I can speak on behalf of the Board of Education. We're working on our strategic plan as well, updating it. So looking forward to working with the city and making this a better community and a better school system.
Excellent. I know. So that's exciting. You guys are working on updating your strategic plan. You know, if there's things that we can do as a city, definitely let us know how we can jump
Absolutely.
in, because as we're looking at developers and new businesses coming in, one of the first things that they'll always look at is the school system
Yep.
in our area. And so having that strong school support system there is definitely important. That's exciting about the aviation stuff.
Yeah, they're doing really well. And Kirk mentioned this, but we have a great instructor who is just really taken off with it and spends a lot of his extra time going to trainings and doing things, and we're seeing the benefit of that.
Yeah, that might be something to partner with. I mean, if there's something we can do at our airport.
We're working
Yeah.
with them very closely. Yeah, he's been terrific about letting us come out there
Yeah.
and look at planes and helping us.
Good deal. Anybody else have any comments or questions?
Chad, this is pretty specific, but the evening of the Penny Arcade,
Yes.
is there a couple other events going on that same night you mentioned, or?
Yes, yeah, we have several things going on. What did I say? The bug collection project, you don't want to miss that.
I caught a scorpion, I'll just let you know.
Oh, lucky you.
And all those are the same as at the lower?
Yes, all at the lower elementary. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I love that Penny Arcade.
Yeah, it's fun.
From when our kids were in it 100 years ago.
Shay, did you have something?
Thank you, Chad. I think that the school has probably the heaviest lift, and that's recognized. I mean, we've talked about that before, and we don't exist in a silo, so if we're recruiting businesses, they do want to know. And we know that we had a tough school report card this year. What I don't think everyone recognizes, though, is that it's not our teachers, it's not It was the ACT scores and chronic
Partly,
absentee is
yeah.
part of it. Chronic
Yeah.
absenteeism, right, which is
Part
a
of it, yeah.
huge
Yeah.
problem, I think, everywhere.
I think if you look at that report card, you know, for the high school, you know, in the elementary,
Yeah.
we are top 5% in the state of how we score. It's terrific. The last 2 years prior to this year, we've had Bs at on that report card. We are evaluated by the ACT as part of that, also the end of year science exam and social studies exam. And one thing that we identified is, you know, we have 76 students graduating this year. So it was these kiddos who took that test last year, only 34 of them are going to college.
Right.
You don't need the ACT, if you're not going to college, why put a lot of effort into ACT? So we're trying to incentivize that. Also, a lot of times, that's the first time they take the ACT. So we're gonna require all juniors next year to take a fall ACT. And that way it won't be their first time they sit in front of it in the spring, which evaluates the school. And then we're gonna try to incentivize any growth that they might have between the fall score and their spring score. So hoping that we see some drastic improvement
I
there.
appreciate you guys digging into that
Yeah.
and looking at what we're gonna do.
Excellent. All right. Does anybody have any questions for anyone?
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If not, we appreciate you all coming out, participating in this. You know, as we do this in the next quarter, definitely think of projects, you know, areas that we have here in Perry that might involve you or your organization, and how, you know, you can play a part in that, how we can play a part in that with things that you have coming up, and we can really work on collaborating on those efforts together rather than, you know, kind of running off and doing our own things, but truly doing it together. So, thank you for coming out. So with that, I'll make a motion that we recess so that we can change up our seats and get our administration team back in here.
Gotta give my title back. right?
That's right, yep. Good job, Kurt, serving as city manager for the few minutes you did.
Definitely another fight.
Was that?
Yeah, watch this, right? Very flattering. I have to get even with.
Well, he skipped over the 90-second one. He went ahead and went with it 3 minutes.
All right, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and jump back in and get back on with item number 4. Comments from those assembled? I don't believe we had any. So, we will go on to item number 5, proclamations, commendations, reports, and inquiries by the governing bodies. So I also kind of wanted to get that strategic plan update in before we did this, so we didn't steal everybody's thunder and talk about the comeback or, you know, their events that they had. So, we do have the proclamation that we had for comeback. I don't believe we're going to read it all here, but just wanted to let everybody know that on Friday, we did do that at the ceremony and signed it and gave it over to Scott and Shay Boucher. And we appreciate you and your husband taking on that business and keeping it going. That's really exciting to have a business in Perry be here for 100 years.
We're very excited and grateful to be able to step into a business like that.
Yeah.
So,
Did anybody see the it's a great state or what?
Mhm.
I'm about to come back.
Yeah.
He kept referring to the young couple
Oh,
that
yeah.
just purchased it.
Yeah, he
The young
said,
couple.
and when my
Yeah.
son saw it, he said, "Who's the young couple?" He's not wrong.
Well, it's all relative. To me, almost everybody's young.
So,
You know, that might be
Should've
something
said it.
fun to put on a link to it on our city website or on the Facebook page or something.
Yeah.
I mean, the more visibility we
It
get
was a
for
really good
It
Moses
was,
Lewis
it
and
was
Perry,
nice.
that's great. All right, so we'll jump down to our council reports. So now that we've almost reported on everything, we'll kick it off. Scott, you got anything?
I just want to say that I drove behind Homeland and it was refreshing.
Was it?
Yeah,
You didn't bottom out?
not at all. I actually made it through without putting in four-wheel drive. Tell your guys, great job.
Yeah,
I will, they're really proud of that. Appreciate you mentioning it.
and they're still going, right?
Yep, they have another
They'll get-
third or half to go.
Yeah. And they're going all the way down to Sonic?
Yeah.
Nice, it's exciting. All right, Shay? Joe?
I don't have anything.
Awesome.
Yeah, I did have some questions about the dam project, about when the road closed. Are there still conversations with the county about throwing gravel down on, I can't think what that other road is, the detour route, when that closes down?
I need to talk to them. I haven't talked to the county about the road issues out there. It's something that's, I've kind of been waiting till our relationship has gotten better over the last year and a half. And I feel like we're finally in a spot where it's like, okay, the project's getting closer and our relationship's good, so I need to have a sit down with them and just talk to them about it. But yeah, I haven't had that conversation yet, and I will, and I'll keep you posted on how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, anything else?
That's it.
All right. Randy?
No, I have nothing.
Okay. Derek?
Pretty sure.
Well, the only comments I had were about the alley behind Homeland.
Throw 'em out there.
And they were, no, I was very disappointed that they were negative and that they thought something else was more important.
Oh, yeah.
You know, why are you fixing
I
an
saw
alley?
this.
Yeah.
And I politely explained to them that it's more than an alley, it's a very busy street, but it was very disappointing
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
there's some very short-sighted people out there.
Some alleys in this town are utilized more than some other streets.
Yeah, so that's one of them.
Yeah, and that's definitely one of them.
I
Yeah.
thought Autumn did a really good job handling
did.
that on
She
social
did.
media.
Yeah. And you know, with that, there are plans to work on, you know, the other streets, especially the ones that a lot of the comments that I did see were specifically about, you know, the streets that the water department had gone and done their work. And, yeah, first, but you know, we're kind of letting that water department get ahead so the street can move in behind them and get those. Derek, anything?
I do have one thing. I've had some folks talk to me about the old elementary school property and concerns there about it being overgrown, standing water, mosquitoes, things like that. And like the neighbors in that area would like to see it taken care of.
Mhm. Yeah, that's something our code officers have been working on. They actually approached me this last week and said, have you heard anything on that? Who still owns it? And as far as I know, it's still Keith Wilson, and that's what the Act Data Scout shows. So they reached out to him and said, hey, this needs to be taken care of. And I'll follow up with them to see kind of where that's landed.
Nate, I left a message with him today, and I have not heard back from him yet.
Okay.
But next will be, he will get a notification by mail
Okay.
that it has to be done. And I worked with that all summer last summer and had to constantly keep on hand to make sure that it was done in a timely manner and
Right.
to stay on it, so.
Last year, did we have to go in and do it at all,
No.
or no?
They did
Remember
it.
that?
They took care of it. It was
Okay.
just a constant reminder to
Right.
please do it, so.
Gotcha. All right. Anything else, Derek? Sammy? Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move along to item number 6, our city manager remarks and updates.
Yeah, I have a few things to go over. The first is, you guys mentioned the main kill-out project with the water being ahead of streets. That's going really, really well. They're over 50% done with that project. So far under budget. It's been going really well. Streets, I wanted to mention Homeland Alley. They already got, called out for doing a great job there, but just really appreciated the guys' effort. That's the most technical one they've done so far because of the width of it, everything on the sides, and also the utility boxes in the middle. But it went really, really well. Airport project is going well. I don't really have any specific updates there. Next meeting, I'll do a deeper dive with some pictures. They may be close to finishing. We'll have to see how far ahead of schedule they are, but I'll keep you posted next meeting. Police remodel going really, really well. Brian tells me they'll be done this week or next week at the latest. So that will be on our facilities tour that's coming up for those of you who signed up for that. Wanted to let you guys know that we got a payout and have about $200,000 for roof replacements from the insurance claim last year. And so we're kind of prioritizing, looking at different roofs and saying, okay, what should we do? What does this roof require? What does that roof require? And so I'll have kind of a proposal that I'll bring to you guys in the next couple of meetings to get some feedback on those. But I think we have a decent plan in place right now. So that's great because I know roofs have been on our list for a long time for needing updates and fixes. Dam project, as of today, we have all of the documents we need signed for the agreements for moving utilities, plugging wells, doing all that stuff. I think the plan is to kick off in September, which is really, really exciting. We are working on cedar remediation, and that's going to be something we get done just during the project. There's no specific timeline on when we need it finished. And then I think just as a reminder, the dam project will be a long-term project. It'll take probably over a year to complete. So it is a long-term project, but we've made more progress in the last 4 to 6 months on that than I'd seen the year and a half before that. So doing really well there. And then just a reminder, I already mentioned it, but the facilities tour, if you're interested in coming on that tour, I sent out an email with a link where you can sign up. I'd love to have whoever is interested in seeing the current facilities and the work we've done over since you last saw them. So, any specific questions for me? Great, thank you, Councilor.
Okay, let's go into item number 7, adopt the Perry strategic plan. So I believe you've kind of touched it up from last time and have it ready for us.
Yep, so the language in this plan is really what I wanted to look at today. The kind of the formatting and things, how it looks, that still needs to be cleaned up. But as far as the language, I wanted to nail down that today because that's really what we're adopting, is the language, the goals associated with that language. And then how we present it in the future, whether it's pamphlet style or a web page, is just going to depend on the format that we put in there. So, was there any feedback on the goals or the language in the plan?
I had some changes in just some of the wording that was in a couple of spots.
Yeah.
The quality of life and then restricting the tax base.
Okay.
Instead of, down on the second bullet under revitalize Perry's downtown, instead of implement and maintain, we've already been doing a lot of that stuff on those items, just that to maintain and enhance historic district zoning. Because we've already implemented the historic district and things like that, so just maintaining that and enhancing it was what I thought should be said there. And then the next bullet down, it says to encourage.
Wait, hold on just a second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think that's really good. I like it. Any feedback on that? Are we okay changing that?
I think it
makes sense.
Yeah.
Maintain and enhance is what you said, right, Joe?
Yep.
Okay. All right, sorry, keep going.
And then below that, the next point says encourage reinvest and occupy or occupancy of downtown. I'd change that up to just say encourage investment in the occupancy downtown. Boy, I butchered that up. I didn't finish my thought there. Sorry.
Yeah, I think what I was trying to capture with that one is that the buildings are already there, so really what we're doing is reinvesting, right? So encourage reinvestment and occupancy of downtown buildings through targeted incentives and efficient development processes.
Now, I could see that either way, yes. I just thought, reinvestment or investment.
Yeah, I'm okay either way too.
Okay.
Do you guys have a preference, council?
Leave that one. I'm sorry, I didn't finish my thought on that one. I got sidetracked. But the next one was under strengthening tax base.
Okay.
The second point where it says actively market available properties and support development through targeted financially responsible incentives and speaking with the right people. I thought just striking that and speaking with the right people out of that.
That could be misinterpreted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there something else? Yeah, is there something different we could add? Financially, actively market available properties and support development through targeted financially responsible incentives
And partnerships.
and
Or
partnerships.
something like that. If you want to include people, just put in partnerships.
I think that's good. Do you guys like that?
Yeah, that's better.
Awesome. What else you got?
And then the next one, striking out the two partners in that word, in that collaborate with key partners to guide thoughtful and coordinated development.
So getting rid of the
Yeah.
malls on Family and
Yeah.
Cherokee Street.
Yeah, just
Collaborating with key partners to guide thoughtful. I think that's good too.
Yeah.
One thing
Well,
I
I just-
noticed seeing that is I was like, well, you can't include them all, but.
right,
Yeah.
right. That's where I
And
think.
then somebody new could step up tomorrow.
Right.
Well, so now it reads, collaborate with key partners to guide thoughtful and coordinated development.
Yep.
Good. What else you got?
That on that same page, bringing people to spend money in Perry. I thought maybe changing that to increase commerce for Perry rather than to spend money.
I like that.
Something different
Yeah.
than just to spend money, and then I had a couple other ones.
What about commerce activities? Increase commerce activities? Increase commerce in Perry? That's probably fun.
For tourism or something. I mean,
Some,
yeah. Because even if they're just coming to visit, I mean, we want traffic in Perry. I mean, we want the money too, but.
well, yeah, a little less direct.
Right, yeah.
Commerce and tourism
Yeah.
might be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Increase
like
commerce.
having commerce in there.
Yeah.
I like those. Those are really good changes. All right, keep going.
And then it's support continued investment in amenities such as BMAC Phase 2. I would like to change it to like sports, hotels, and other
Our parks.
I like that. Make it more general. So
Yeah.
I think, yeah, to the point that he's getting at, as in general as we can be on this document, probably
Right.
better.
sorry, say that one more time.
The more general we can be on this document, the
Yeah.
better, versus naming names and things.
Yeah, because we want this to be able to live for a long time.
Right.
So support continued investment in amenities such as in amenities,
Well, you
comma,
just put,
parks.
yeah, it's amenities that will drive tourism and economic activity.
Mhm.
And you just take out the such as, and you don't have to put examples, just put what we're
That
targeting.
will drive tourism and economic activity. Okay. So now read support continued investment in amenities that will drive tourism and economic activity. Okay.
I do like the word parks or something in there, maybe
Something
such
there.
as parks
Right.
instead of the exact ball field. But,
Right, right.
You know, because we just went through that list and Melanie made the point of, we love CCC Lake, but we have to make sure we're doing other things.
Yeah, with downtown, I-35, yeah.
Because we've talked a lot about businesses and other things. To me, that is really the only bullet where we kind of talk about parks.
Right.
I just hate to see that we list things and then somebody goes, well, what about this? Well, it's not on the list.
Or we skipped over it. It's at the end.
Well,
I hear you.
This is under the heading of bringing people to town, not that other parts couldn't, but I understand why BMAC was listed, because it's the one that currently brings in those people
Right.
from out of town, but.
Yeah, it's kind of striking a balance, right, between, you have to be specific enough that this is useful, but general enough that it's useful for a long period of time.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the word amenities can mean a lot of things, so that's probably close enough.
And then on the last bullet there, it's the striking out the to spend money in Perry, just target business that will attract out-of-town visitors.
Kind of going back to the BMAC being taken out, which I think it should. But how do we measure these?
That's what's tricky, right?
Yeah.
I think so in my email, I talked about two other documents, right? The one is, this one will be linked to wins or talking points that we can use in the community to say, hey, this is how we work towards those goals. These are the things we've done. And then the ones that are really measurable, Shay, is the third document, which is, as administration, we'll have a list of goals that are very specific and timely and measurable, really smart goals associated with each one of these. And that's really how I hold my staff accountable and how you hold me accountable is, hey, I'm working towards these by doing this, 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 and this. And so you'll look at, well, what have I gotten done under that list?
Thank you.
So I suppose later on, today when we do our executive session, we're talking about goals with Nate. We would use this document to say, hey, this next year, let's set some.
We talked about a lot of things, but let's
Right.
get these two done.
Right, let's get these points done under this. And then next year when we look at it, be like, did he meet this under our strengthening tax base or,
Yeah, that's exactly how I envisioned it too. After you guys give me some goals to work on for next year, I'll then incorporate those into the admin goals document with timelines, who I'm going to hold responsible, and my staff to do that, things like that. So that's the only way I'm going to get stuff done on my end, right? So.
Perfect, thank you.
So we just finished strengthen tax base. What else? Communication. What changes do we want to make there? Because I'm really liking the feedback and input you guys are providing.
That was the only areas I had any changes in. The only question that had come up was in communication, and I don't know if it belongs in there, and maybe it's in another document, but where do you put employee training into the strategic plan? Is that something that, something that we need to put in there, or is that in another document?
I think that's both.
Yeah, that would be the administration, not so much.
No, but I see what you're saying, right? Because the foster personal face-to-face interaction with residents, and it's like, okay, well, in order to do that, we're going to need to train staff to have those good interactions, right? To improve their capabilities and their skills. But yeah, I would agree. We'll take that and put it into an admin goal.
That'll be on your more specific.
Yeah, that would be an action item for him, not so much the vision that we're creating as a council.
But when I'm thinking about it, I know businesses are different than cities, but they can be similar. A lot of times a business will say they're striving to build a vibrant atmosphere for their workforce or whatever, or to grow and lead, build leaders in our workforce.
Right.
Is there a spot somewhere in this document that we could have that overall statement? And then when we go, each year we go back to that statement and say, here's our tactics that we're going to do to go.
Well, we developed a mission statement. didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not included here, I don't think, but.
Right.
That was like the very first meeting of the strategic plan was creating the mission statement.
And I actually really like the mission statement. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I don't want to change the mission statement.
Let me see. Let me pull it up. Let's read it up.
But are you saying you want the mission statement included on the strategic?
No, I just was wondering, you know, we talk a lot about all the different things, and it would be nice to know that as one of our goals as a city is that we're going to try to grow our people.
A great place to work, kind of
Yes.
thing, attract, yeah.
Because, you know, people that are fun in their jobs
Right.
make a fun environment for the citizens as well.
Right.
And there may not be a place for it, it may be something we just need to put down that next level with the department heads. Because we really don't have any place for leadership or anything like that either in there.
Right.
I don't know that we need to.
Right. You just have to be, I imagine you have to be careful with that, because us as city council, we can't manage the department heads. Or, I mean, Nate reports directly to us, and he's who we manage.
Well, we could direct him to
Right.
provide training.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, I think it's up to us to say we expect a certain
Right.
amount of training or a certain amount of.
But wouldn't that be more appropriate on his goals for his review?
Right. The only other thing on the communications I've read through this is, you know, we just had a great meeting tonight, communicating with the civic leaders of our town. Should there be a bullet somewhere in there that we're going to grow this community in concert with our civic partners? And I know it was intentional, but I even like the way Melanie's report kind of followed our strategic plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would, as they develop theirs, as the school is updating theirs, as museum updates theirs, that they share that with us as well, and we can find areas that we do overlap and be like, we can help you with that, or we can partner with you on that.
Or get out of your way, I mean.
Right, yeah, we're staying out of the way. Yeah.
But to that point, we do have the second goal under communication is provide opportunities for residents to receive information and provide feedback. Maybe we have a bullet point under there about providing a platform for other civic groups to
almost
share information.
I agree with you. I'm almost thinking we put it under the very first communication line, because the last two things that we've talked about are almost encompassed here. We talk about city council, staff, enhancing transparency and effectiveness of city government, but if we were to include partnering with other civic leaders, that might encompass both of those topics that we were just discussing.
So you're talking about putting partner with other civic leaders under what point?
The very top.
Yeah.
The overarching.
Communication.
Just the,
Oh, I see.
Foster personal.
Because you do talk about staff in there, and we may want to put, to the point of what we're talking about, we may want to put a little bit more about staff and what we want to do there, but it does.
Well, then the word partnering is what I think I was after, more than just communication.
Sure.
Because,
Yeah.
the more we meet with them like this, it feels like they're a part of the team, not just a book report.
Yes.
So right now it reads, improve communication with residents and strengthen alignment among city council. Do we want to do staff and other civic leaders?
civic partners.
In partnership
Staff
with other civic
And
leaders.
other. Strengthen alignment among city council, staff, and other community leaders.
Yeah.
Well, if you can't cram in that sentence, Nate,
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
can
say,
you can
maybe
always,
just
you can always start a
Maybe another
sentence
sentence
that's got
there.
something to do with city partners.
Yeah.
I'll refine that one, but the content's there, it just maybe needs to be rearranged.
Right.
Thank you, I think that's really good. The only thing I would say is, I've already talked about the other two documents, so I'll work on those. I think we probably should think about, if you notice, under communication, under the first three really strategic initiatives, there's multiple goals and then bullet points. Under housing, there's only one. And under Infrastructure, there's really only one. I think those probably could be expanded, and they don't necessarily need to be expanded today, but I think they probably could be added to over time. Other than that,
Once we adopt this, we can amend it.
Yeah.
And there's probably a reason for that.
Mhm.
Those two needed some pretty big attention.
Right.
yeah.
And so even as we do our strategic plan in each meeting, we can pull this out and we can go over those points, and then we can add things, we can amend it in those meetings. As we talk about communication, we'd be like, hey, we're doing really good here. Let's start working on this, or add this, or.
Awesome. I love that. And I think, I think this is an adoptable plan today. I think it's very, very good. With just the slight amendment that I'll make to the wording on the last one. So,
I like the fact that it's, unlike the one that's up and down, it doesn't talk about specific tactics that we've actually completed or.
Right.
yeah, so it's a little more general. Yeah, if council's up to you, but if you want to adopt this tonight, what I would do is, we obviously can amend it in the future and continue to refine it, but I would take this plan and I would make it into pamphlet form, get it on our website in an attractive format, so that we can really start pushing this out to the community.
Yeah.
That would be kind of my next step.
I think Randy mentioned something like this previously, but I think on the website, a fancy graphic that encompasses,
A one-page.
a one-page quick
Easy
that
read.
encompasses it would be nice as well.
Yep.
2-page or 4-page thing.
And to get the kind of the wins or the how we've worked towards this plan document, I'll link that one to this one so people can see,
Yeah, I think that's as important as the plan, is having the things we've accomplished out there someplace.
Yep.
All right, well, I appreciate the feedback, and I'd leave the rest to you if you're wanting to adopt this tonight or have me bring it back.
We can adopt it with
The changes.
The
that we've
changes.
done.
changes that we've
Yeah.
discussed.
Yes.
And then we can always amend it as we go, but at least to get
I'll
something.
make that motion.
Yeah.
To adopt this plan with the changes as we discussed.
Okay, good. Second as well. So let's have a roll call when you're ready, Christie.
Who's the second?
Yep. Oh,
Randy.
Randy.
Sorry, I was typing.
I thought she said
Coffee.
just a second.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Davis.
But she didn't-
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Worthing.
Yes. All right, item 8, approve 3 candidates as trustees in the Oklahoma Municipal Assurance Group. So we've got 3 incumbents and then we have 1 new one. The new person that was put on the ballot is the city manager over in Stillwater. I know Pam's on there again, she's been there for forever. And the other 2 are incumbents, but we just need to select 3.
I told the mayor that I was going to make a pitch, and I don't care what you end up going with, but I have met the Stillwater City Manager, Brady, and I think he's a capable leader. We're collaborating with them on their water project and line project over the next 1.5 years, and he's made specific efforts to reach out to me and try to build that relationship so that we can have a good partnership going forward.
I think my only comment would be 2 of those are very large cities, and I'd like to make sure we have some rural representation.
Yeah. Very spunky.
Stand up for sure.
She does. Oh.
When I read that, I was like, what?
So the only recommendation you have is Brady from Stillwater?
I think Brady would be good.
And we have to pick
Lawrence
3.
mentioned Pam's been on there a while. I think he and Steve have both, Chrissy met her, right? And they have
Pam's
good
very
things to say about her.
involved.
Very spunky.
Yeah. very energetic lady.
We have two. Who's the third?
So Brady, Pam. Does anybody else know anyone else on there or have any?
Bryce or Meredith, you're our go-tos, you know everybody.
There's Justin Battles from Mustang, Tim Lyon from Midwest.
Yeah, Justin Battles.
Yeah. He's an
Yeah,
incumbent, so he was on there.
He
for
just
reasons.
did, you know how Dave Weatherford and Bill Tackett go around and do that? He's now the guy that goes around
Oh, okay.
and does that for OMAC. Really, really enjoyed it in a session for another community. He's a real bright guy.
I think Doug brings up a good point about the rural representation. Do we know if any of these are able to, even if they're from larger communities, understand it?
I think that's why that Brady Moore would be a good one.
He's
At least
close to us, I guess we have that
closer to us.
relationship. with-
Yeah, he's one that he's lived in Stillwater his pretty much his whole life, but I feel like I could probably explain to him, hey, this is why we're filming this way or whatever. I mean, Mustang's 23,000, Stillwater's what?
Depends on town.
Population 50.
Depends on what time of year.
And then who's Panway?
Durant.
Durant.
Durant's big, right?
Not too big.
20.
Smaller than
So
Stillwater.
yeah, they're all, 20 to 50.
Okay.
McLeod, Spencer, and Guyman would be, but I don't know anything about those.
I don't either.
Those are the three, probably smaller.
Are we good with those three then? Justin, Pam, and Brady?
I don't know.
I don't know why, but I'm leaning towards the guy from Guyman.
Okay.
If you can make it in Guyman, you can make it
He's right.
in.
I think he might be tough.
They struggle with some of the same things
I
we're going
agree.
to struggle with. I mean,
Who's the guy in Guyman?
Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon?
I don't
You
know
guys
anything about him.
don't know him,
I'm just basing that on the fact that he's.
Do you know him, Bryce?
Yes, I do. Fine person. Yeah, give him a break. He gets to drive. Gets to drive to the big city once a month. That's being very kind.
So, we're going with Stillwater guy.
Who would you replace?
Yeah, who do you want to replace?
Guyman.
Looking him up.
No, I was just looking at the population of Guyman.
12.
I thought you were checking his Facebook or something.
Yeah, I'm on his LinkedIn. So he's been there for a year and 5 months with Guyman. Oh no, and then he was the intern for 3 years.
Must have loved it. He stayed.
He proved himself.
Yeah, 3 years of proving. And then before that, he was with Highway Contractors, executive VP.
Was he certified? Was he the one I read that was certified? I don't remember which one.
Certified what?
Institutionalized? He's a certified interim city manager, 3 years and 2 months.
City manager.
I've got a little bio on him.
No, I'll let him, I guess.
Like with Brady, I like that he's close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of the
I really
working
like
with
Brady.
lots of projects.
Yeah.
Having someone that close in our corner.
Yeah. With Pam, I just know that she does a lot for OML and OMAG.
Leaders to Oklahoma, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Nick's Justin. Battles.
Well, that was just my suggestion.
Shay, you may be noticing that these are always very difficult for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's always
I can see
people
why
we
though. I mean, you don't want to just rubber stamp something.
Yeah, but you really don't have a ton of information. So.
Yeah.
I do like the guy from Gavin as well, not just because Randy said that.
If you can make
His
it Guyman, you
his
can.
projects that he's had.
I mean, he's from Guyman and he set 3 years as an interim.
Right,
He's gotta be
and stayed
tough.
there. I mean,
He's
that's,
dedicated.
He's gotta be tough.
Can we write that on the ballot? You can make it a guy, but you can make it anywhere.
There's obviously not much to go on, but I like the idea of Brady, that you feel like you get to call him and potentially build a
He's right there.
relationship into the future. Obviously not much to go on, but I like that idea.
Okay. So Pam, Brady, our man, and Guyman.
Guyman.
I'll make that motion that we
I'll second.
do Stillwater, Guyman, and Durant.
There we go.
So it's Brady Moore, Pam Polk, and Michael Shannon.
Yeah. Next time, let's just bring a dartboard.
And I was gonna say, I wanna stare over Randy's shoulder when he's like voting for this. My gut tells me this guy.
I'm with you there, Randy.
Well, on a list like this, there's not a whole lot more to go on.
No.
Okay, Coffee,
Yes.
Bledsoe,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Goldar,
Yes.
Rupp,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes. All right. We'll send our congratulations and flowers to the guy in Guyman. So item number 9, receive recommendation from the Perry Planning Commission on the application of Kira Fergus for home occupation/use by review, nail salon use at residence located at 1002 North 8th Street, Perry, Oklahoma, 73007. Direct action on such use by review, home occupation provided for conditions if any. So I know the Planning Commission was very impressed with this application, and it was very thorough and very well put together.
I agree.
So it was unanimous. Their recommendation is that we move forward with this. Is there any questions that we have as a council? All right.
So this is no different than a in-house hair salon.
Yeah. Yeah. She's just doing nails from her
No
home.
chickens.
Shay?
Sorry.
Are we keeping track of your absences? Oh.
And the applicant is here if you guys have questions.
I think my only question, and Brian walked out, but that entrance, if I understand correctly, it's actually not on 8th Street. It's on, what's
It's on
the cross
Jackson.
street? Jackson.
Yes.
We wouldn't want people getting too close to that corner when parking. And do we have any conversations around that topic?
Yeah, Kira, do you wanna come up and answer that question? I think,
So
if I
where would-
remember right, we talked about parking in the
Yeah.
driveway.
Where would folks
There was
park?
some comments about that too, but
Yeah, I think the main parking would be in the driveway, if possible on the side, but if it is too close to the crossway, then it wouldn't be a problem to just have it in the parking, in the driveway.
Cause you only ever have one client at once.
Yeah, just one.
and I saw that, I was just, that's quite a ways around it. And I know people's tendency would be to just pull to the road there and try to make
And
sure-
wasn't it, Kira, where you could pull up into a part of the driveway where it's out of the street?
On the side?
Mm-hmm.
No, there
It's
was,
not, okay.
no. That's just the neighbor's driveway.
Okay.
Yeah, we might get a complaint or two.
Yeah. Park in the
Probably
neighbor's
should put that down.
Yeah.
But they do have a very large driveway.
Yeah.
There's like room for 5 cars, so.
And even that street's pretty wide.
If you only have one client at a time, it should.
That should be a problem.
Any other questions for Kira?
Thank you.
And do we even need to take action?
Yes, yes, so we would approve so they're recommending that we approve this. That's what the planning commission does, is they don't approve it, they just send the recommendation that we do approve it.
I'll move that we approve the application.
Second.
Okay, roll call?
And Coffee,
Yes.
Bledsoe,
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Goldar,
Yes.
Rupp,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes. All right, thank you, Kira. Hopefully bring in lots of out-of-town people. All right, item number 10, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve the second extension to the interlocal cooperative agreement between the City of Perry and the Noble County Board of County Commissioners for continued operation of the 911 emergency dispatch services, including approval of the fiscal year 26-27 budget and authorization for execution of the agreement.
So we're extremely excited about this. Been working for many, many months trying to get the budget set, trying to get the agreement adjusted to what the county wanted, and then also figuring out how to apply and implement grant funding and what that will entail. Finally in a spot where you have the budget in front of you. The only real change is the receival of additional grant revenue for the year from the state, and then the spending of that grant revenue towards updating our E911 equipment, which desperately needs updated. So yeah, I've been working on this for a long time. The county's been working on this for a long time, and finally in a spot where we're ready to approve it.
You know, I have to commend Commissioner Nick Hughes and Nate for working on this. They've been tackling this together and really working well, figuring things out, making it work for both parties, for the city and for the county. I mean, for the city county to have those shared services and do it well it's not common. And so for them to do that, it's good job, really good job.
Yeah, Commissioner Hughes has been great to work with on this.
So are they voting to approve it too at their
Yes.
meeting?
Yep.
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 And I believe the commissioners, they've already approved it on their end.
Mhm.
And so so once it goes to us, then it goes back to the board.
Yeah, it'll go back to the board, because the agreement's the same as what you guys recently approved, and then we're just, really, this is just the budget, it's a budget update, because we have to include the grant implementation for revenues and expenditures.
So I'm confused just a little bit because it says including approval of the FY 26-27 budget. So is that also the budget, or that's just this part, amending this part of the budget?
So we're finishing off the FY 25-26 budget, that it'll end in July. And I think, if I remember right, you guys approved that last meeting with the agreement. So the agreement will remain the same, but the budget now is updated for this FY 26-27 budget, which will technically next year's budget, right, starting in July.
Yep.
I don't know, did that answer your question?
I'm not sure.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The confusing part to me, though, it just says including approval of the FY 26-27. So it makes me feel like we're approving the budget with it.
Yeah, and you would be, yeah, you're approving the
The
budget.
911 budget.
Yeah, the
Okay,
911
that's what I'm
budget.
asking. Like,
Yeah.
Right, not the entire budget.
Okay.
Right.
No, yeah, this E911.
So this is approving our portion of what we're putting into that budget.
I think we only did the agreement last time.
Did you?
Well, see, it don't read, that's why it's confusing.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm on
and
my
maybe
phone,
we'd
like,
already,
you're right. But at the bottom, like it says comma,
I
including.
mean, maybe we'd
approval.
already done the budget because
budget was
the budget's almost over. You know, we're in the last
So
2
we're
months of the
approving
budget.
it so
Okay.
that,
We
so
were
that the board
pretty
can
good
approve
about
their
this
budget.
last year, right?
The E911 board.
Yeah, there's just been
Because
kind
they
of some
can't approve
confusion
it.
from their end because
Us.
Jason left
So
and
we've
Nick took over.
Sort of given our blessing on it. And
Okay.
so the county commissioners
Okay.
have given theirs as
I got
well.
it now.
So Nathan, what is the time period for this agreement?
The time period for the agreement will be July 1st to June 30th.
So the agreement's only a one-year agreement as well?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we approved the one last time that will go up till June 30th of this year. And then this one will be for next year.
Yeah.
And this year's a little unique in that we have some equipment upgrades that we didn't have previous year.
Next year, yeah,
Right.
this next year is,
That we-
that's correct, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, the FY 26-27 is unique because there's large equipment. There's 100 and, let me look if I can pull it up. $128,000 worth of equipment upgrades and that's paid at 80% from the state.
Mhm.
And we're covering 20% between the county and the city, and the E911 revenues.
I'll move that we approve the second extension to the interlocal cooperative agreement between the city and the county,
Second.
Including the budget.
including the budget.
Probably need that.
Yeah.
Still second.
And Coffee?
Yes.
Bledsoe?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Goldar?
Yes.
Rupp?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
O'Shea?
Yes.
Wortham?
Yes.
Since you're so specific.
Item 11, approval of AT&T NG 911 hosted service agreement, including the statement of work waiving competitive bidding and directing the city manager to finalize an authorization to execute.
So this is the second piece of that. The equipment comes through AT&T. I'm not sure the technicality of actually having to waive this because they gave us 3 quotes. They're like the broker. We went with the Motorola Vesta quote because that's
I know it died.
already specific to our equipment and it was the best quote. So maybe this is a formality, but you could certainly waive the competitive bidding because it's just that one company that's acting as the broker. We have an agreement with their custom agreement team right now, the custom legal agreement team, because they sent us an agreement and Bryce made some red line edits to that, sent it back to them, so they're looking at it right now. So the thought process was, I'll go through a negotiation with them. They may come back with some other language that isn't exactly what Bryce came back with, but at the end of the day, it's AT&T and they have the equipment we need, so we're gonna sign the agreement. But I need the authority to negotiate that. It's above my limit.
Would their equipment increase the cell phone coverage downtown?
I don't think so, but Tyson might be able to answer that from the other room.
No, he said no.
And so this would end up being a 5-year agreement? Am I reading that correctly, or is it?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's correct. And because of the grant, you're really not paying
Right.
any more than you're paying now. Just getting updated equipment, which we need.
And it's equipment that we need sooner rather than later.
The
so we only
equipment we have now
one
is when
station.
Atari Pong came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're one bad day from not being able to dispatch this. I mean, it really is a big deal.
Yeah.
It's outdated bad.
The styrofoam cup and yarn is not working anymore?
So this, I will give you kind of an overview though, because actually this is something you'd want to know. This will include a text to 911 option. So our residents will be able to text 911 if they're not in a position to call, which is not something we currently have, which obviously in today's environment I think is really great. We do have the nice voice recording system, but it's old and outdated and needs updated. So that would just be a newer hardware on that. And then really the big chunk is just them coming in and implementing all the other new equipment, but it's not specific like features like those. It's just the equipment generally. So.
So looking at the recommendation, it's to approve the waiver and then approve you to be able to finalize and execute it.
That's correct.
So 2-part there.
I'll make a motion to approve the AT&T NG 911 hosted service agreement, including the statement of work waiving competitive bidding and directing the city manager to finalize an authorization to execute.
I'll second that.
Okay.
And Coffee?
Yes.
Bledsoe?
Yes.
Davis? Yes. Goldar?
Yes.
Rupp?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
O'Shea?
Yes.
Wortham?
Yes. Item 12, discussion and possible action to award the low bid on number 19758 CDBG 25 water treatment plant improvements to Downey Contracting LLC in the amount of $1,372,000 based on the CDBG budget modification approval from the Oklahoma Department of Commerce. So we have 4 bids there, and it's recommended that we go with Downey Contracting.
Yeah, that's correct, and our engineer's here to maybe talk a little bit more about that process and how the bid came in high and what we're doing about that.
Okay, so this bid came in high, the last one came in low. If you look at everything, we still, I just kind of looked at the numbers, and because we didn't assume we were going to get the CDBG grant either. So that was additional $600,000 in our favor. So we were looking at $1.7 to $1.8 million left after the first 2 projects are done to go do the third project, which we budgeted $1.2 million for that. So we're still in pretty good shape. And the last project we're doing is scalable. We can bid this out with alternates, add alternates to make sure that whatever our budget is, we stay within that budget. I'm not surprised that bids came in high right now, especially when diesel prices skyrocketed like it has. We're going to see pricing. Pricing's going to go up for a little while, and it'll take a while for it to back off a little bit. It's just the way it goes when these kind of world events happen. Downey is a good contractor. I've worked with them before. We had 4 really good contractors looking at this, so it was going to go good no matter what. So, like I said, I've done several projects with them, and they're a pretty good sized contractor. They do pretty large work.
So when you say it came in high, where did you want it to be?
Closer to $1 million.
Okay.
So
significantly higher.
1.3. 30% higher. I mean, Shawnee Water Plant was supposed to come in at 40 million. It came in at 100 something. So I mean, that came in high. This is this just didn't come in where I'd liked it to. But and there's still a little bit of variance in bids too, which is good to see. It's means that there's still some hungry contractors out there. So that's one thing we do have in our favor right now is pricing is not up concurrent with just a crazy infusion from grant dollars being shoved out into the economy. With everybody loading up their backlogs and driving costs up even further. So, like I said, as long as.
And just as a reminder, council, this is for the sludge box project, which is the only project that we have did we have the NOV on that?
Yes, we do have an NOV on this one.
So this is the most important in terms of our current violation.
I'd say so. So we award the bid. What's the timeline on this looking like?
This project will go fairly quick once they get everything here. It's just a matter of are we going to have delays getting VFDs, getting pumps, getting components. So I'd say 90 to 120 day lead time after submittal. So probably 150 days until everything shows up. But the project itself, I think this is a 90 to 120 day construction time. If it stays dry when we get going, it'll go really quick.
Gotcha.
And will we be able to operate while we're doing this?
Yes.
Good question. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Oil order.
Yeah, as long as we're working on this, if they came out, we wouldn't get another citation or anything. They'd see that we're improving.
Yeah, that's the key, is that we're moving toward it.
Right, good.
Matt, so we've got our bonds, we've got our bond funds we haven't touched. We've got the CDBG, and you said that last project is scalable, so you're not saying that we need to encumber any additional funds?
No, right now, no. Right now, we're sitting in good shape, so like I said, we'll see where it comes in. We may have some additional cash left to try to tackle something else, infrastructure. So those FAP funds are pretty flexible in what you can spend them on, water and sewer projects. So, and I'm not sure how we set up the interest on that account either. So I'm not sure if we should be
compounding.
Yeah, so we could be accumulating some interest in the account it's sitting in too. So.
If you approve this award, you will see this item again at your next meeting.
Right.
There's a resolution that we need to pass because with respect to commerce, because of this additional pledge of dollars, that we have to put into this project. And then also, we're going to ask you to consider a resolution which would authorize the city manager to implement this contract like we did the construction of the water plant roof. So that will come back. In the meantime, we'll make sure that we have bonds, insurance, and the contract signed.
Council, any other questions? Do we have a motion?
Make a motion to award the contract to Downey Contracting LLC for the amount of $1,372,000.
Second.
Now you got a couple seconds there.
And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Davis. Yes. Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes. All right, so we'll have that on our next meeting resolution. So item 13, conduct public hearing on the closing of the statutory section line right-of-way adversely affecting the sale of 412 Grove Street, Perry, Oklahoma, and the title of at least 32 other property owners lying within such right-of-way from the south line of Locust Street, then due south to the south line of Boundary Street, accepting that portion used as state highway right-of-way.
Awesome. So this is a legal issue. It's a title issue. I asked Bryce to address the council.
Yeah, very simply, there was a statutory section line right-of-way that was in the original plat of the city of Perry that was never opened. And as the city developed, subdivisions grew in that area where this section line right-of-way was, where a road could be built. It's never been an issue. I mean, I've been here 40 years, it's never come up. Some title lawyer in the closing of 412 Grove Street said, you have to close that right-of-way. I mean, think of all the homes that have sold and resold in these subdivisions, and no attorney ever pointed it out. He said, you know, you're going to have to close this. So we looked at the procedure for doing that, and we have followed the procedure. We have given notice to 32 people, plus all of the people with special interest in the roads, which are all the utility companies, the garbage company, internet, telephone, all of them. And no one had any issues except for ODOT, who said, we use that statutory section line right-of-way in the areas in which you're seeking to close as our right-of-way for those streets or those highways. If you look at the exhibit on 13, there are circles drawn exactly where they're talking about, and I, in the amended ordinance, kind of detailed out where those are. It's kind of in the exception section of the legal description, which this is the original legal description that is attached. There's a amended ordinance. Let me see if that is here. Oh, it's the next item. Perfect. Yeah, that 13 is what was mailed out. And so if you look at 14, tab 14, the second page, that lists the statutory right-of-ways that are going to be exempted from this closing. And this will, in fact, close that right-of-way. They'll be able to go forward with that closing, and you know, as you know, when we have issues about right-of-way, I have my colleague David Collins assist us with that. In this instance, he's assisting other people, which is good. And so he's going to file that on behalf of not only his client, but on behalf of all these other folks. Now, that's his side of the equation, but it'll be very simple. If you close it with respect to one, you can close it with respect to 32. They just need to be all included in the notice. So that will clean up a giant problem through the community, so there won't be other issues. This is part of the ordinance which we asked you to amend a few meetings ago. Remember, this went through the Planning Commission and we asked you to amend that, and so this did not go through the Planning Commission. This is the public hearing on this issue, and I guess we should stop and see if there's anyone interested in talking, but it doesn't appear anyone came.
So, you know, DOT marked off their intersections that it bothers. Does that affect our street intersections at any point for our easement purposes?
No. No.
Okay, I don't want to seem too uninformed, but what exactly are we doing?
You're closing a statutory section line right-of-way that came into being when Perry was originally created, which the city grew around it. The statutory right-of-way runs right through people's houses, right through people's yards.
So this is where 86 makes that turn?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're getting rid of that which was never open. We're getting rid of that. Well, we understand all we are is closing it. In order for it to be gone, a petition has to be filed, and the judge is going to have to order it vacated. So this is really the first step to get that done. It cures the problem at this 412 Grove, but it also, I guess, it cures the problem for 32 other people if they have observant title attorneys who have allowed this to continue.
So it actually has been an issue? I mean, I guess that was the answer. Has it been an issue for 100 years?
It has been there for 100 years, but this is the first time that I know that anybody has raised it.
But it actually was an issue. It just got overlooked.
It's an issue. It's a right of way. If the county wanted to, they could put a road through there. Now they're going to have to be notified of in the vacation action. Everybody gets notified.
I know we notified, but there's no utilities,
No. In fact, we checked with staff and David Payne, and before we did that, we checked with everyone. There's nothing that it cheats. It's through people's yards.
So when you're
go through people's yards.
We have our easements and right-of-ways in dedicated streets.
We never recognized it as an easement before, so we never treated it as such.
Okay.
We don't have anything there.
so the red line on your exhibit is basically not really there,
That's correct.
other than the fact that it's on.
Other than it's in the books. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Now, it is there for purposes of the state, because they looked at that, which surprised me, that they looked to that. Normally they acquire the right-of-way, but with respect to this, they rely on that, so we will not close that, and when it's vacated, it will not be vacated with respect to that.
And that's the 3 circles that are in your exhibit?
That's correct.
Okay, well, any other questions for Bryce? If not, we'll close that public hearing. Move on to item 14, which is to consider approval of ordinance number 2026-08, closing to the public use of the statutory section line right-of-way as described by meets bounds and shown on Exhibit A attached hereto, repealer clause, savings clause, severability clause, and declaring an emergency.
So moved.
Second. And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes. I'll make a motion that we declare an emergency.
Second.
Did
I'm like, okay. And Coffee.
Motion?
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes.
Yeah, that threw me off too, Randy. It's okay.
Oh, okay, you got it in the next item there.
Yeah, but you did it.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to item number 17, consider convening into executive session to continue the annual performance evaluation of City Manager Nate Reed, to include review of and setting of goals pursuant to Title 25 as amended.
So
Second.
Oh. I
Coffee.
meant to set you home a while ago. What do you think about that?
Scott, you gonna
Well,
vote?
I guess maybe from that.
Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Marshall. Davis.
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Hold on,
Wortham.
Derek needs you to stay. All right, item 18, do we have a motion to reconvene?
Motion to reconvene.
Second.
Okay, Coffee?
Yes.
Bledsoe?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Goldar?
Yes.
Rupp?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
O'Shea?
Yes.
Wortham?
Yes. All right, we don't have any actions to take at this time, so we'll go on to item number 20, upcoming meeting review. Got anything on the radar for next week? Other than the
Yeah,
resolution?
it'll be communication, will be the strategic plan discussion. So be thinking about that, and then we went over a bunch of stuff this morning as possible things, but I don't know that any one of them are baked enough to say that it'll definitively be, no, we do have one thing that will absolutely be next meeting, which is budget presentation. So we'll do the preliminary budget presentation to council and either approve it that night, or if you have feedback, we'll take it back, implement it, and then bring it to you the first meeting in June for approval. Coming up.
All right, thank you, Nate. Do we have any new business? Nope, adjourned.
Okay.
All right, let's call our meeting to order for the Perry Municipal Authority. Have a roll call.
Coffee?
Here.
Bledsoe?
Here.
Marshall? Davis?
Here.
Goldar?
Here.
Rupp?
Here.
Williams?
Here.
O'Shea?
Here.
Wortham?
Here, item 1, consent agenda.
Motion to approve?
Second.
And Coffee?
Yes.
Bledsoe?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Goldar?
Yes.
Rupp?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
O'Shea?
Yes.
Wortham?
Yes, do we have any new business? Nope, adjourned.
What was the comments?
All right, anybody want to make a comment? Derek's got some comments.
I am a citizen.
He's got a 45-minute speech he wants to give.
That's right.
Make a comment.
Okay.
All right, let's call our meeting to order for the Perry Facilities Authority.
Coffee?
Here.
Bledsoe?
Here.
Marshall? Davis?
Here.
Goldar?
Here.
Rupp?
Here.
Williams?
Here.
O'Shea?
Here.
Wortham?
Here, item 1, our consent agenda.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Coffee?
Yes.
Bledsoe?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Goldar?
Yes.
Rupp?
Yes.
Rupp?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
O'Shea?
Yes.
Wortham?
I
Yes.
get called on twice.
Item 4, Derek, do you have any comments?
I'm good.
All right,
Thank you.
anybody else?
No.
You already missed dinner, so. Any new business? Nope, adjourned.
Good, because we're gonna miss breakfast.